joins us now on Zoom, and he's here to talk about what's up Wichita. Hi, James.
Good afternoon, Cheryl, and happy Easter.
Oh, same to you.
Well, today I want to talk about something we have to talk about, it seems like every 3 or 4 years, and that is, it seems in Wichita we are now experiencing an epidemic of our youngsters overdosing on fentanyl. Now, these kids don't understand the dangers that they're playing by engaging in and injecting and digesting this fentanyl drug. This stuff is 10 times more powerful than ever thought about being. And yet, these kids, I don't understand it. But like I said, every 3 to 4 years, we have to go through something like this where we have these drug overdoses in high numbers. And right now, which is an extremely high number of drug overdoses on this fentanyl. Now, parents, I want to tell you, you have got to get better control and more involved in your children's life. You have to know who they're running around with, who they're dealing with, and what they're dealing with. Because these kids think it's a game. They think it's playful. They think it's cool to get high on fentanyl. And it could be deadly. So before this thing gets completely out of control, please look into your youngsters' friends, who they're hanging out with, what they're doing. You've got to pay more attention, folks, because I know for a fact that none of you ever want to be called to an emergency room or to by a police officer, a chaplain, or someone informing you that your child is a victim of a drug overdose. So look into it, be proactive rather than reactive. We've had enough of these overdoses, some involving death by kids playing with a substance that is not meant to be played with. You don't know what's in it. Maybe you think it's cheap. Maybe you think it's fun. But think about it could be deadly. Now, this in Wichita, and this could be going on nationwide. I don't know. But I do know what's happening in Wichita. In the past couple of weeks, we experienced about uh, 10 or 12 overdoses on fentanyl within a 24-hour period. That's way, way, way too many. Actually, that's about 12 too many. So let's get control of this before we have another death, and certainly before we have another drug overdose. Now, these kids, they don't know what they're getting into, ladies and gentlemen. And so we have to shine some light on this. We have to bring attention to it because the police are overwhelmed by it. They don't understand it. They don't understand what is causing our youngsters. Look, this is not like marijuana, okay? I mean, this is, like I said, 10 times more deadly than heroin, more potent than heroin. So get a grip. You're not dealing with marijuana. I mean, you can get high on marijuana, but this stuff right here will take. Please, I'm sending this pledge, this challenge to you to get control of your kids, and if you're an adult, get control of yourself because you will lose every single time. So find another form of pleasure, find another way to get your kicks, but get away from these terrible drugs that do nothing but cause damage to your brain, to your mind, and to your life. And maybe will bring sorrow and pain to your loved ones. So you can do better. You can find better ways to have fun, to entertain yourself, entertain others, other than involving yourself in these drugs. Now, if you're hanging around with a group of people that want to do that, you've got to recognize, hey, this is not for me. Okay? And if it comes to that, you have to separate yourself from this group. Find yourself some new friends. Some friends that recognize there are other ways to have fun ways to entertain ourselves, other ways to indulge in things that are not self-destructive. Because what you're dealing with and what you're playing with is self-destructive. Look around you. You should learn from your friends. When you see friends of yours that are overdosing, that are dying, you should say, hey, look, that's not the way I want to go. Take control of yourself. If it causes you to lose some friends, so what? Losing friends is better than losing your life. So take heed to this message. I'm trying to shine a light on something that you can control. If you will just think twice before you. It's easy to say no. No thanks. I will find me some weed. If you gotta get high, find me some weed, which is not dangerous.